What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Alpha Platform. Thank you so much for joining. I see we got one person in the chat right now. We have Darion in the house. You said, "What's up, man?" Let me put your comment on the screen. Give me a moment. You said, "What's up, man? Why did you leave church?" I forgot my church is LGBT friendly. So, Darion, the reason why my husband and I decided to leave the church was I think I learned too much in seminary school. I learned way too much. And I became disillusioned, I would say, with the church, not teaching the truth about how the Bible came to be, not teaching the true history of the Christian church. And once I found out the truth, I just decided I'm not going to get up there and lie to people anymore. So that's why I left. Okay, you guys, we got 3 people in the house. Let me read some more comments. I'll get started with the show. We got Corey Anderson. He said, "What's up, Alfred? Thank you for joining. I appreciate you showing love, man. Welcome to the Brotherhood." We got Kirk in the house. He says, "Good evening, Alfred. Good evening, man. Thank you for joining and welcome to the Brotherhood." You guys always show love. I greatly appreciate it. All right, you guys, we got 5 people. Go ahead and hit the like button so we get more people to join us. One more person before I start. This is Mr. Undike. Okay, I've never heard about you before. I've never heard you before. You said, "What up, bruh? I appreciate you stopping by. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Thank you for showing love and support." Yes, thank you for stopping by. All right, y'all. So today we're going to be talking about a few different topics, and I want to kick this off with talking about Dwyane Wade. If you don't know, Dwyane Wade recently went viral for his behavior while co-hosting a show with Jenna Hager. I want to play this video with you guys and come back with my commentary. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Dwyane Wade's behavior on this show. Let me know, because it is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. That's all I would say about it. It is different. Let me just blow this up. Turn up the volume. If anytime you have audio issues, just let me know in the comments below. Let's get started.
Everybody, it's Monday. It's March 10th. NBA superstar Dwyane Wade. Oh, thank you. What a gentleman. Look who's here. I am so excited.
I am more excited.
You are?
Yeah, you get to do this all the time. I don't.
I know, but I never gotten it to do it with an NBA super, and that sounds weird. Your wife is here. I didn't mean it like that. I've never gotten to host with somebody like you, and I'm just so thrilled.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, so what was it like? What's it like preparing for this week?
Well, I got a facial.
You got a facial.
I got a facial to prepare. Make sure that my skin looks good.
It looks good.
Make sure I got my nails done.
I know. Your nails look amazing.
I got roses all on my nails.
Yes.
I got a little chrome.
Chrome on the thumbs.
Yeah. This is all for you, though. Like, I was making sure that I looked good and presentable when I sit up here.
Oh, well, you're looking amazing. You also did a little, like, a media thing?
Yeah, I work with a vocal coach, so I made sure that I warmed my voice up, because I want to make sure my voice felt strong. And also, too, I watched film.
You watched film. Now, this is the part that makes me a little nervous. What type of film did you watch?
Just all your shows. And maybe some other things with your sister. Me and your sister are best friends, so I watched some stuff with you and Barbara.
Now, you just threw that out very casually. You and Barbara met at the All-Star game.
Yeah, we met a couple weeks ago in San Francisco.
She works for the NBA. She does their social...
I would love for
Wait a minute, brothers. This is not over yet. There's more to come. Watch this. There's more to come. This is not over.
Somebody to want to see this face in the morning.
Yes. Believe me, I think everybody does. Well,
with makeup.
You mentioned this, and there's somebody that loves you that sent you this little message.
Hi, Daddy. I love you so much that you're my favorite friend I ever met. And I also want to thank you a good luck. I love seeing you on TV, and I love you so much. Mwah.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, that's my twin right there. She ride.
She's so cute.
Yeah, we ride. You know, you got kids.
Yeah.
You know how it is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she loves me.
But I love that she just said you're my favorite friend.
Yeah, we friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'll be daddy sometimes.
Yeah.
She get to see that side. Her eyes get big when she see
when
daddy.
you get strict.
Yeah, when I get strict. And also too, I'm her like coach trainer. When we started basketball a little bit.
Ooh.
So she get a different side of me. But I'm glad that she thinks.
What are you like as a coach, as a basketball coach and trainer?
My voice is a little deeper. My eyes squint a little bit.
I'm like, do we have time for you to teach me basketball at some point this week? I think we got to get to it because I was not very good, to be honest.
At sports or?
Well, at all sports, but basketball was
all right, fellas, I'm going to fast forward it because I'm going to hear all the conversation. I just want you to see one specific part of this interview, and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary. Give me just a moment. I want you guys to see it. Give me just a second. We're almost there. Because I feel like they're playing in our faces, honestly. Okay, almost there. Okay, all right. I think we missed the part, but essentially, there's a lot of uproar about this interview. People are not feeling what Dwyane Wade is wearing. They're not feeling him painting his nails. He actually came out with a purse. You know, I have no feelings about it. I feel no ways about dudes rocking purses, but this was not like a crossbody bag that you see a lot of gay dudes wearing. This is an actual handbag, actual handbag. And once again, I have nothing against it because on my channel, I always champion femme dudes, non-binary people, trans people. I feel no ways about it. But what I'm going to say is that I feel like it's interesting. The straight men are out here being loud and proud, wearing, getting their nails painted, having on makeup, wearing bags, handbags and whatnot. But we're still kind of stuck in the gay community where it's this mask for mask type stuff. So like, it's almost to the point where straight men are going to be the face of non-gender binary. And we're going to be left behind, stuck trying to be masculine when many straight men are not. They're just not with it anymore. So where does that leave us as a community? I want to get you guys' thoughts on that. So yes, I did mute it. Give me just a second. I'm gonna read some comments here. Let's see. There's so many comments. Give me just a minute, you guys. I'm trying to catch up and slow down this chat because there are so many comments. Corey says, Lord, Dwyane Wade needs to come out. Do you feel like he's gay? Or do you feel like he's bisexual? Because I feel like Dwyane Wade could be bisexual. I don't feel like he's gay. I just don't feel like he's gay. Either way, it's his business, and I think this is maybe a way of supporting his trans daughter. What's that trans daughter's name? Isn't it Zion Wade, something like that? But I think it's his way of supporting his trans daughter. Mr. Undick says, I saw that, nothing but suspicion. Let's face it, my dude is bi for sure. All right. We got Kirk in the house. He says, roses, LL, he's just free. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, he could just be liberated and free as a black man, It's sad to see the backlash that he is getting right now. So I want to read some of the comments that he is actually getting. And I'm going to play another video with people actually commenting about how they feel about Dwyane Wade's presentation and men in general. Because there's a lot of women coming out here really attacking Dwyane Wade and other men because they feel like we're doing something we're not supposed to be doing. So let's read some comments here. And in the video it says, MPO says, this is crazy. Shaking my head. Dude all sassy and weird now. Genevieve says, oh, this was nice. I met Dwyane Wade at NBA Hall of Fame enshrinement, and he was so humble, funny, and down to earth. Love to see him on TV. Wishing him the best. Jose says, nobody's going to talk about it. That has 16 replies. Okay, last comment here before I move on. Susan says, I'm old-fashioned. This show was way too woke. Don't dig nails on a man. Nothing to do with race. Any man, I said, so don't comment on race, please. Again, like people feel like this is woke. And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with his presentation. with him having earrings, necklaces, purses, his mannerisms. So let's dive into this next video where people are really going in on him and commenting about why they don't approve of his presentation. Sorry, my computer's shaking a little bit. Let's move it out the screen. Let's go to my next video. Give me just a second. Okay, put this back on the stage. All right, this one is titled "These Men Are Not Down Low. They are openly gay." Relationship advice. Let's see what she has to say about this topic.
I had to stop the clip. I'm like, am I tripping? His nails are painted. You do you, boo. And all his mannerisms and his nails are painted.
But did y'all see him acting like that? I think she's exaggerating. Let me know if you feel like she's capped up, because I did not see him acting like you do you, boo. Like, I didn't see that. That's not what he gave. But what do y'all think? I'm gonna let it continue, but let me know what y'all think in the comments below.
Then later on, the Jenna lady starts talking about how Dwyane Wade wears Merces, which is a man purse. Apparently, he started off wearing like crossbody purses for fanny pack, whatever they call those things for the men. But now, you guys, he wears full-on handbags. And he proceeds to bring this merce. They call it a merce, man purse. But you guys, it's not like some briefcase. It's not like, I don't know, a backpack. It is see, Tracy, calm down. It is a real full-on handbag.
Why does she have to calm herself down, though? That's what I'm saying. Like, why are these women so enraged when they see men really just being themselves? I'll let her continue, but I'm kind of wondering out loud, why is she telling herself, I need to calm down, while talking about this man having a purse, this married man whose wife does not care about how he's dressing and presenting himself, but why does she care? Why does she care?
Like we talked about with the whole, I did a video on him. What was his name, you guys? Pharrell. These men are walking around with for real totes, like handbags. And now they're just calling them Merces. And Dwyane Wade proceeds to pull out his handbag. And he sets it up on the table. And he's like, and this is what I carry in my handbag, in my purse. I'm not even about to entertain this nonsense calling it a merce. This is how they try to, like the same way that they wanted to start calling biologically born women, cis women, like just coming up with new names. I'm not even about to play this game with you. No, we're not cis. We are women. Don't call me cis. If transgender women want to come up with their own name, come up with your own new name. But you don't get to rename biologically born women. You don't get to create a new name calling us cis. No, we are biologically born women. Come up with your own name. And again, you guys know, I don't have anything against transgender, LGBT, none of that. But they used to just really just grind my gears when these transgender women, which are biologically born men who have transitioned into transgender women. I don't know if you guys know this, but they were starting to call us biologically born women. They started calling us cis.
Okay, I'm gonna stop her right there because she's just miseducating the public all the way around. So this woman is misinformed, obviously. So when it comes to gender and sexuality, there's gender, sex, and sexuality, two totally different things. So people are born male, female, or intersex, right? Now, as you grow up, you are either classified as man or a woman. That's just how it is in our society. You're classified as man or woman as you grow up. That kind of determines how you walk, talk, dress, etc. Society determines what is considered a man and what is considered a woman. You are not born a man or a woman. You are born male, female, or intersex. You become, or you're classified as you grow older as a man or a woman based on the sex you were assigned at birth. That's what it is. That's what it is. So many people in our community are misinformed, and they have these type of notions and behaviors towards us in the LGBTQ plus community, and they're completely misinformed. But the weirdest part is that so many people agree with her. Like, if I read these comments here, like, this stuff will shock you how many people agree with this stuff. So she baby says, girl, you got me. This is hilarious. I agree. They definitely aren't hiding it anymore. Darshane says, somebody said they aren't down low. They are now up high. I'm screaming. Lady Azure says, girl, D-Wade has always been like this. I will never forget when he wore that skirt to the NBA game. That's why his son is like that. He was living through his son. And it's just disrespectful. I'm kind of wondering, when do we as a community decide to educate ourselves? That is not his son. She's transitioned already. So therefore it's his transgender daughter. Like, why can't we be respectful enough just to respect people's identity and who they want to be? Like, she doesn't want to be called a cis woman, but they have no problem referring to the transgender daughter as a son, you know? So you got to give respect to receive respect, period. Let's read some comments in the chat. We got a lot of people in the chat. We got John in the house. He says, people wonder why they can't find love. We are not being ourselves. People can't love something fake. Absolutely. Corey says, if the purse makes him happy, I get my nails done, so I can't judge. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with doing what makes you happy if it's not harming other people? And, you know, his wife agrees with this. So why do we have a problem with it when his wife does not? Like, Gabrielle Union is fine with it. Gabrielle Union is fine with everything. So who are we to comment about how he should be dressing or whatnot? I definitely agree. Uncle Kurt says, it's all about support. Definitely. You said, Corey Anderson said, this is not about being woke. Yeah, they want to throw woke in there with everything. Like, everything is woke. Everything is woke. Everything is DEI. Everything is woke. I hate what they did to that word. Like, that word used to mean something to us in the Black community. And now, like everything else, them folks took it and turned it into something negative. You know, so it is a shame. Let's read other comments here. Some new people in the house. John Jones says, so what? He don't want her regardless. Absolutely, he don't want her regardless. Last comment here. Give me just a minute. Got a lot of people in the house. Mr. Undick says, I'm 63, and back in my day, all of this wasn't accepted, so this is new to me. Interesting. So at 63, back in your day, how were gay men representing themselves? How did you know someone was gay? How would you find out they were gay? Now, considering you're 63, how do you feel about the way us gay dudes are representing ourselves in the public and being so out and proud? How do you feel about it? Are you okay with it? Because I know a lot of people your age are not okay with it, and they feel like we need to be ashamed of who we are. We need to go back in the closet. We need to stop doing what we're doing. And I definitely disagree with that notion. But I do want to hear from you as someone who helped us to get to where we are today in terms of our civil rights. So yeah, thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for helping to fight to get us marriage equality. And, you know, just thank you for everything, because without your sacrifice and the sacrifice of your generation, we would not have what we have today. So thank you, Mr. Undick. Thank you. I look forward to your comment. Last comment here before I go on to the next topic. Corey says, out at Alfred, woke was what my grandma would tell us to be when it comes to the mess we see today. Yeah. But, you know, them folks have turned into something bad. So it's like, I almost don't want to use the word woke anymore, because, you know, once they start getting a hold of our lingo and our words, kind of like when the straight people and the straight cunts start saying, oh, clock that T and, you know, I'm going to read this. You know, like when they start using our lingo and stuff like that, it's almost like they burnt it. They killed it. So we got to look up something new. We got to have something new. All right, you guys. Let me just give me just a minute here. I want to talk about the next topic. Oops, it's not working. So I want to talk about, while we're talking about LGBT plus people, I want to talk about a father who did show an appropriate level of support for, I believe, his trans son, trans daughter, or trans son. I don't know how this person chooses to identify, but we're going to check it out right now. And I want you guys to give me your commentary as we go. So let's play this video, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary. Give me just a moment. First of all, it says, love to see it. Father surprises his son by escorting him to prom despite not agreeing with his lifestyle due to his religion. He says, quote, to have a supportive dad when you are in this lifestyle is rare.
Let him fall on the floor. Let him fall. Let him fall on the floor. Oh, poor baby.
I hear some Beyonce in the background. I hear heated. You must be a fan of Renaissance. I can hear it. Y'all hear that?
Oh, Melo's crying. He didn't know his pops was gonna be there. He's crying. This is monumental. I know. I'm so crying. Oh. Oh, come on, I need to excuse me.
Okay, they're gonna take some photos. I'll read the comments and get back to the next story. Give me just a second.
Let it know.
My husband surprised his son by taking him to the prom.
Okay, y'all saw it. Beyonce gonna demonetize my stream. I know it's coming. He's definitely gonna demonetize the stream. I don't even care no more. It's from Neighborhood Talk. He says, neighbors, this is what loving parenting looks like. A son and his father are going viral after an emotional send-off was shared online by the mother. She shared that her husband decided to surprise her son. Excuse me, I'll blow this up a little bit. Husband decided to surprise his son for a meaningful moment after the two have had a rocky relationship. The father, who was Muslim, wasn't in agreement with his son's lifestyle, causing him to miss other moments in his life. The mother shared that this was all the father's idea, and the fact that he showed up matching had his son in tears. Quote, so let me explain this first video. My son has had a rocky relationship with his pops growing up because his pops is Muslim and does not condone his lifestyle. So wearing makeup, feminine hairstyles, nails, and all that has always been a problem. So on this day, he thought that his pops would not even come outside to see him leave for prom because he has never saw him off for any of his dances in the past. Well, his pops said, I'm taking my son to prom as his chauffeur and I'm going to match his outfit. So Romello, I guess that's his son's name, Romello, was so surprised to see him get out of the truck. But when he saw how he was dressed and it matched what he was wearing, he cried like a baby. And it was a very beautiful moment for him, my husband, and the whole family. To have a supportive dad when you are in this lifestyle is rare and meant everything in the world for my son. Shout out to my husband, the mother wrote on TikTok. Yeah, definitely. Let me read some comments. I'll go back to you guys in the chat there. Chantel says, now I'm crying. I'm proud of both of them. My father is Muslim black man as well, so I'm definitely understand his point of view. Meek says, love and protect them babies through thick and thin. Okay, Sexy Joelle says, all we need is love. I don't know who this person is. Gabrielle says, this right here is powerful. A father standing beside his son, supporting him with love, even when it challenges his own beliefs. That is the true definition of unconditional love. But let's be honest, while this moment is beautiful, it's also heartbreaking that so many will still choose to respond with hate and ignorance. Yeah. In my mind, this is a win-win situation. I wish more parents would see this example and follow suit. Unfortunately, many do not. Many will not or refuse to. My father's supportive, even though he was not part of my life growing up. He had no choice but to accept the fact that his son was gay. And, you know, I was outed through Facebook. You all know my story. I was outed through Facebook on my father's side of the family. When I was about 20, I used to sneak into the gay clubs in Dallas, Texas, the Strip. For those dudes from Dallas, I know what I'm talking about. I used to sneak out to the gay clubs at 20. You know, I didn't have a fake ID. I just, you know, would walk through with my crew, and they never carded me because we were regulars back in those days. You know, don't judge me. Back in those days, so I was dancing around, right? And my friend, you know, was with me, and some dude called me Beyonce. I don't know why he said it. Some white dude said that, and my friend took to Facebook and was like, "Oh, you got white dudes calling you Beyonce." You know, fast forward a few days later, my dad called me. What's going on? I saw some stuff on Facebook. You know, you didn't tell me. Why you didn't tell me? I'm like, what you talking about? I'm like, Dad, you know, I'm gay. Like, I've always been gay. You know, it's not my fault that you've never asked me or we've never been close. But, you know, this is what it is. And if you don't like it, then I have no problem with us going our separate ways because we didn't grow up together. So, but today we're cool. Like he knows what to say and what not to say to me, and we're very respectful of each other. I would say I have a better understanding with my father than I do with my own mother. So my mother, on the other hand, can be a little bit sometimey when it comes to who I am as a person. It just depends on the weather. Some days she okay, other days she not. It just depends on the weather. Let's read some comments. Dr. Death, what's up, Dr. Death? Thank you for joining the stream. You said tolerance is the least we can ask for. Absolutely. We got 18 people in the house. Go ahead and hit that like button, you guys. Let's get more brothers in the house. We got Marcel, the experience. You said this was adorable. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Mr. Undeek says, Uncle Kurt, holla at me. I'm on most social sites as Undeek. Okay, yeah, this is what I want from you guys. Most of the gay dudes and the brothers on my channel and in my chat are single. I want you guys to mingle with each other, talk with each other, because we're all like-minded dudes. We're chill. Most of us are looking for romantic relationships. I'm married, but on my channel, my goal is to get you guys to really think about marriage and think about it more seriously. Go out on dates, date people you normally would not, date outside of your type. So ask people for their numbers, ask them to private chat you, ask for emails and IGs and whatnot, and get to know each other. Come back to me later, years down the road, and say, hey, you know what, I hooked up with that guy, me and that guy that I met on your channel, we're still together. I would love to see that. I would really love to see that. Okay. All right, next comment. Corey Anderson says, I'm 53, right behind the boomers, so I came through them trenches as well. Yeah, thank you for your sacrifice and for helping us to get to where we are today. Thank you. I appreciate that, Corey. Thank you. Wait a minute, Corey. You said, okay, I get it now. You said I look 35, but I'm 53. Okay, yeah. So you look like me, 35. All right. Take care, Mr. Undeek. I appreciate you stopping by. Marcel says, good idea. Darian says, I'm on the LGBT app, Tammy in collection. I don't know nothing about that, bro, but okay. All right. So I'm going to move on to the next story here. Give me just a minute. Excuse me. Just a second, you guys. Let's go on to the next story. Now, I've been following this next social media influencer for quite some time now, and this is Funky Dineva. I've been following him for over 10 years. I love his channel. I think he is my favorite YouTuber of all time. Like, the man is a comedic genius. He knows how to put on a show. When Funky Dineva steps on the stage, he is the show. He made TGIF on Bravo. What was it? TGIF on Fox Soul. He made that show with who was it? Was it Al Reynolds and Claudia Jordan? Claudia Jordan. He made that show. Funky Dineva is a staple in the Black gay community, and I really appreciate what he does. So if you guys are not familiar, Funky Dineva recently had a huge argument with Tasha K, and it didn't stop at exchanging words. Like, it went much farther than that. It was so bad that Funky Dineva actually threatened to slap Tasha K and square it with her husband the next time they see each other in public. So I want to play this clip. And not only Tasha K, but he also came from Michelle Brown, who was in Atlanta. Him and Michelle have been beefing for over 10 years. So he's came out to allege that Michelle Brown stank, that she don't wash her, that cat stank, that she leaves scent marks on chairs and whatnot, that she show up to events stinking and whatnot. So it was a big fat mess. To give you guys a little bit more background, Michelle Brown actually sued Funky Dineva years ago. Sued him, and won because Funky Dineva took to YouTube and publicly said she smelled like fish. So I don't know why Funky Dineva is coming out to say the same stuff again. I guess you don't care about being sued or owing her money in the future. But let's roll this clip. I'll come back with my commentary. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Give me just a moment. All right, here we go. This is Funky Dineva going off about Michelle Brown and Tasha K.
She riding around in a stolen car. Really? The whole United States of the police department know where she lives. They know where she work. They know where all of her stuff is at, but she riding around in a stolen car. Baby, people ride around in stolen cars that can fly under the radar. Who the fuck driving around in a stolen $500,000 vehicle riding up and down the street? Who? So she jealous of Sweet Tea because Sweet Tea is in one of Greg's old cars that's not stolen.
Okay, buddy,
She
get
in
to
the
it.
stolen
Get to
road.
it.
I can look Quad dead square in her face and think about 10 things I could read her down to the ground on that's far worse than the lies that y'all make up.
Because this is a nasty read, you guys. This is a nasty read, what he's about to get into. This is nasty.
She said, hold on. I'm going to do this one last one, then we're going to move on. Atlas Fountainhead, Quad is not a beauty. She's no Toya. Okay, so what is she? Because you can't call her ugly. You can't call her ugly. So what is she, Atlas? Here she, this what y'all do. This what y'all do. Because you don't like her. You want to relegate her to average. Child, please. Y'all not finna sit up here. That y'all is not finna sit up here and act like when that girl is not done up, she got above average looks. That girl look better than all of y'all ass that go to work. That girl look better. So somebody said, and I'm not trying to be funny, I normally don't bring this type of crap up. They say Michelle Brown started the mess with the stolen car. A little bit of context. When me and Michelle Brown fell out, and that was around the time, or no, me and Quad had already been friends. Michelle Brown is quoted running into Quad somewhere and telling Quad, oh, you playing for the wrong team, meaning she was my friend. And from that moment on, Michelle sank her teeth into Quad, and she go over there and post lies and inflammatory stuff over there about her, the same way she do about me, the same way she do about Claudia, the same way she do about Candy, okay? And y'all eat it up. And I'm going to tell y'all something, and I normally don't talk about Michelle Brown on my platform because I really don't care about Michelle Brown. I really don't. Michelle Brown, and she's going to take this moment and turn it into 1,400 podcasts and 1,400 YouTube videos and have at it. The reality of the situation is, while Michelle Brown is sitting over there running her mouth about me constantly, here is the 100% unadulterated truth, okay? The unadulterated truth is that Michelle Brown is sick in her head and she needs to be examined by a doctor. I have lived in Miami for 7 years, okay? If you go on that girl's YouTube channel right now and search Funky Dineva, 80% of her videos will be about me. So with that being said, who's winning? I won. I've been won. A decade in, and you still find...
Okay, bros. Is it still muted? Can you hear now? Let me know if you cannot hear. I'll start the video once you guys confirm in the chat. But let me know in the chat if you can hear now. There we go. Okay. Maybe if I mute myself on the microphone, that's when you cannot hear, because sometimes there's background music or background noise and I mute the microphone. So I will not mute my microphone anymore. I'll just continue on. He's talking about Michelle Brown. Next, he'll start with Tasha K.
Find it in your soul to be upset or throw shade or whatever it is you call yourself doing after a decade of somebody not paying you any attention, a decade, and you're still going. Have at it. Because here is the reality of the situation. I own Michelle Brown. I own Michelle Brown. Michelle Brown is the only person I know that don't like me, that know more about my life than people that like me do. People I don't like, I'm not in and out their social media feeds. People I don't like, I'm not on their channels. People I don't like, I don't discuss. And sure.
So before you continue, do you guys have similar experiences? Because for me personally, I don't follow people I do not like. I don't follow channels that talk badly about gay black men. You know, I don't follow topics or people that trigger me, but so many people do. I notice this. A lot of people on social media follow people they hate, follow people they wish would, you know, have a bad moment, have, you know, a downfall, whatnot, or a setback. A lot of people do this stuff on social media. Do y'all have people in your lives like this? Because sometimes it's your own family, friends. You know, you just never know who's wishing the worst for you. But I'm gonna let him continue. But he's speaking some facts.
There's some flipping bitch gonna be like, yeah, but you discussing her now. You must be bothered. Nah, it was relevant to the story. I just brought it up. And I'm going to take it a step further. Here is why people like Michelle Brown do what they do. Because Michelle Brown has done a very good job of cultivating an audience of people who are similarly disenfranchised like her. They are people who are conventionally unattractive, who are miserable, who feels like the world has not given them everything they deserve. And they're also a very niche group of people. They're a group of people who feel like they get shitted on in life because they're a black woman. Because they're a black woman. Michelle speaks very well to that group of women who are, oh, they hate black women. That's her tribe. That's her tribe. And it's a bunch of bitter, unattractive, miserable people. Those are her tribe. And that is why Michelle is able to sit up over there and tell lies that people know are lies. And they just run with it. They just run with it. They just run with it. Because you want to hate me so bad. And there's something about my life that bothers you so bad that you rather sit over there with her and hate. Again, my life is an open book. There is enough that you can read me about in my real life that you don't have to make up. But here's the bigger story. The bigger story is the reason why I don't get bothered by the stuff that Michelle Brown does. She doesn't like me. That's what you're supposed to do. That girl don't like me. I'll take it a step further. That girl hates me. So you can't get mad at somebody who dislike you or hate you for doing the things that people who dislike people do. That's what she does. But what is sad about it, and where I will always win over Michelle Brown.
Before he goes into this next point, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you feel like there is a beef between gay black men and black women? Because I'm seeing it constantly now. Constantly, you know, black women are Funky Dineva's primary supporters. They make up the bulk of his subscribers, but they're constantly beefing with him and going back and forth with him. And he will entertain it every now and then. Most of the time he does not. But I wonder, what is it between us as gay black men and black women to the point where we can't get along? Is it because we're all fighting for men? You know, is it because black women feel like we're encroaching on their territory in terms of men, in terms of acceptance in society, in terms of, you know, how we express ourselves, being feminine, embracing the feminine? Do they feel like their men want us more than them? I don't know what it is, but there is a beef between black women and gay black men. And I know social media is a microcosm. It's not reality. But then again, it does kind of represent people's true thoughts and true feelings about other people, other situations and whatnot. So I'm kind of wondering, once again, what's the beef between black women and gay black men? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Let's let him continue, because he has a lot to say about Michelle Brown and Tasha K. This is going to get crazy.
Brown. and why Michelle Brown is always going to be mad is because everything Michelle Brown has tried to do against me for over a decade has not amounted to a pile of shit. She ain't stopped nothing. Michelle, you big, fat, funky, frowsy bitch, and I'm going to do you one better. While we on the line, Oliver saw your ass at the Nene Leakes show, and he came back and reported that you still just as musty, still just as stink, and still just as funky as you was 10 years ago when me and you stopped talking, when me and you used to go to dinner.
Lord have mercy.
Why you sitting up on your YouTube always talking about me, you fat, funky, fish-smelling, frowsy, fat bitch? You need to take your ass to the nearest Epsom salt factory, sign up for a customer appreciation tour, and you need to be somewhere talking about that. And you need to soak your big, fat, funky, frowsy, fish-smelling ass in a tub of apple cider vinegar. Michelle, undeniably, you sit on social media and make up stuff about me. You do. You stay talking about stuff that ain't got no relevance. Michelle, every single person, including Nene Leakes, talks about the way you smell. And it brought me...
Wait a minute. Nene Leakes talk about the way Michelle Brown smell? Wait a minute. This is news to me. Nene Leakes is out there like that?
It bothered me that a decade later, people are still talking about the way you smell. You have had to be stank for so long that you are nose blind to it. And here's the gag. Talking about her ain't even worship. The bitch scary as fuck. The bitch scary as fuck. I'm back in the city. The bitch ain't gonna come outside. She ain't gonna come outside. She gonna sit back. She gonna go everywhere she know I'm not at. Because that's the type of scary bitch she is. And she gonna sit up and be stank somewhere. Like, a decade. The next time she do a video and she get to talking about me, all I want y'all to put in the chat is #a decade.
Why them dogs fighting in the background?
About this girl since we fell out over a decade ago. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I regret this shit already. I regret it already because I broke my streak. I honestly regret doing it. I regret doing it already because I would never want to give her the satisfaction of thinking that I am somewhere thinking about her because I'm not. I'm not. And I know she gonna sit somewhere and her minions gonna be somewhere and be like, but you just, she must be popping. You must be bothered because you gave the last 15 minutes of your show to Michelle. If that's what y'all need in order to sleep easy at night, then have at it. But here is one thing, two things, three things that we know for sure that a bitch should never be able to take away from me. And I'm looking you dead square in your face, motherfucking Michelle Brown, and I'm telling you this. I'm not in the same place you left me in, love. And that's the win in itself. That's the win in itself. I'm not in the same place you left me in. I've left your ass in the dust. And you have had the esteem, honor, and pleasure of sitting back in your reclusive state and watching me pop my shit for the last decade. While 10 years later, you still stink. 10 years later, you've got no shows, no new opportunities. In the world of Ozempic and Mounjaro, you still find a way to gain weight, which is for the life of me, I'm not understanding, because you always had a little bit of money. You still finding a way to get fatter, and then you still ate Michelle. even if you gotta line your clothes with baking soda before you leave, you still got the audacity to talk shit about people, and you smell like a canal in the middle of Minnesota.
Damn.
And I'm throwing Oliver all under the bus, and Oliver do forgive me, but Oliver came back and said last week when he saw you at the Nene League show thing, when you went over there and tried to talk to him, you were stank then, and 3 people came back and said you were stank and you too black. Now, you don't gave me every STD on the man. I'm nasty. I'm on drugs. I'm on crack and all of this. And let me tell you something. Baby, I might have smoked all the crack from here to Timbuktu, but a bitch ain't never said I was stank. That's one thing about it, and 2 things for sure. My name might be Funky Dineva. You lied, you know, good and goddamn well. That was dog food. That was dog food that was busted at the front door of your condo, but you wanted to make it seem like I had doo-doo. Like I'm sitting there living in a house with doo-doo at the front door. A house that you came to every day and picked me up. But catch this tea, bitch. In the midst of me living in that house with that doo-doo, bitch, I ain't never smelled as bad as you. So here's the thing. Until Michelle Brown is able to walk these streets and get 3 consecutive random reports that she smelled fresh, you sitting up with some stale ass box sprays, fat as a goddamn U-Haul truck, cracking stale ass jokes, junkie Dineva, and whatever else you be saying. Here's the funny thing. After a decade, that girl don't know nobody I know. That girl don't know nothing about my life. I don't even know what she's finding room to even still talk about at this point. That girl don't know nothing about my life. That girl, at best, she knows somebody that's like, oh, I saw Funky Dineva at Red Lobster. That girl don't know nobody that I know. But until we get 3 random reports that consecutively that you smell fresh, I'll never feel any ways tired about you. You old, you fat, you stink, you're not smart, you're non-degreed, you're washed up, your self-esteem is in the dump, you don't have a man, you don't have a baby, 2 things that you wanted, but your pussy was too corroded to get. Nobody in Atlanta sees it for you. You think you doing something because you be with Nene Leakes, and Nene, what's she doing these days? You have no access to any celebrity circles. You have no access to any networks. We have not seen you on any TV shows, any specials. You don't host anything. You don't get any bookings. You don't shop better than me. You don't eat better than me. You don't live better than me. You don't ride better than me. You don't vacation better than me. You don't have better friends than me. You don't smell better than me. You're not smarter than me. You're not more articulate than me. You don't have more weight in this space than me. So what you saying, bitch? What you saying? And moreover, when is it gonna be done? When is it gonna be done, Michelle? This like the sweet tea and quad thing. This like the sweet tea and quad thing. Drop down in the comments and please let me know one thing that Michelle Brown got going on better than me. Michelle can't go nowhere I can't go. She can't shop nowhere I can't shop. She can't eat nowhere I can't eat. She can't live nowhere I can't live. But on the flip side of things, I can do all those things 10 times better than her. Oh, Q, this is borderline bullying. No, the fuck is not. That girl got 10 years worth of comments, all about 10 years worth of videos about me. And this right here alone is going to give her another 10 years worth. Have at it. And see, I'm changing up my tune a little bit because I normally don't address other YouTubers and bloggers and all that. Tasha K, you another one.
I told y'all, here it come. Here it come.
I've tried to keep my peace with you. Okay? But Tasha K, I want you to know this, and you can put this on record. Okay? You can put this on record. The next time I publicly see you, I am going to walk up to you and I'm going to slap the shit out of you. And then I'm already just throw my setup and be ready to fight your husband. And the sad part about it is I actually like your husband a lot. I have no problems with your husband. You, on the other hand, Tasha, you the same raggedy bitch that every time you see me in public, it never fails. Every time you see me in public, you run up in my face trying to be my friend. The last time it was at Spoons Them wedding. Back up before that, it was at Spoons Them dinner. I walked in, Tasha K and her husband was sitting at one end of the table. I went and sat down at the other end of the table. I said hello to everyone, including Tasha and her husband. I went and sat at the other end of the table. We get to the end of the dinner. Here come this bitch bringing a chair down from the other end of the table. She gonna come put a chair next to me, talking about so funky, trying to talk to me. And I said to her, Tasha, I don't want to talk to you. I'm not interested in being friends with you. Tasha's response was, Funky Dineva, how can you say that? You don't know me on a personal level. And I said to her, and you've done enough for me to not want to know you on a personal level. I don't want to be your friend. And you sat at the end of that table all but begging me to try to be your friend. We let that ride. I told you, Tasha, I don't want nothing to do with you. Whenever I see you, though, we'll speak and it's cool. Industry courtesy. Ran into you at Spoon's wedding. She was the MC and the person with the mic, interviewing the people, asking them what they had on. I can coexist with anybody. I got out the car. I saw that her ass was MCing it. I rolled my eyes. I put my big boy panties on, and I said, let me go do the interview. I did it. She did the whole what are you wearing thing. I played nice in the sandbox. We get ready to leave the party. I'm leaving. Me, Carlos King, and his friend drove. We leaving the party. I'm sitting in the car, waiting on Carlos. Tasha come walk her ass up to the car, want to hug me, talking about, even though you don't fuck with me, I'm going to keep hugging you, and I'm going to keep trying until you be my friend. She said, I'm going to keep trying, or something she said. These bitches will see you in person and want to be your friend and smile up in your goddamn face. But then they always, Tasha, you somebody who sat in my face and let it be known you want to try to be cool. I'm the one who told you I'm not interested in being friends with you. Then what you do? You go on Instagram, you take a picture of the little post I put up yesterday. I text Tasha personally. I texted her on the side. And I put, why don't you take this down? I don't bother nobody. I stay in my corner. How about you stay in yours? Something to that effect. She read it, but didn't respond. But then went back on the post and gonna try to read the baseboard. Bitch, my house just got cleaned by my MF and housekeeper. Y'all seen James did it. My bathroom is distressed wood and chiplac. Okay, so that discoloration that you seeing, that is the natural color of the wood. She'll go on her post my baseboards. That's the shit y'all do. You don't have to like me. Okay? You don't have to like me. But y'all cannot say, what do I always say? I don't discuss other YouTubers. I don't discuss other bloggers. I don't bother nobody. I don't bother Michelle Brown. I don't bother Tasha K. I don't like this. When I wake up tomorrow and all the blogs say, Funky Dineva and Tasha, But Tasha, I'm here to let you know the next time I see you, and you might as well go ahead and get the temporary restraining order, because that's y'all some more go to court ass bitches. The next time I see you, I am going to slap the shit out of you for playing with me. So don't even fix yourself to try to speak, to try to be polite. I'm going to slap you, and then I'm going to stand back and look at your fuck-ass husband. And I don't want nobody to be like, he bullying her and that's a woman, because I'm calling your husband ass to the motherfucking carpet too. I want to whoop his ass because of you. You and your husband to this day, y'all could give me a Quick Trip address, and I'll roll up to the Quick Trip and whoop his ass on the strength of you. I want to fight your husband on the strength of you. And that's just where I'm at with it. At 41 years old, I'm tired of y'all bitches bothering me. I don't bother nobody on this internet. I come, do my stories, I check out, and I go home. Y'all jealous bitches sit up and bother me. Tasha K, we've been good since Spoon's wedding. Somehow or another, you got a wild hair up your ass and decided, let me pick shit with Funky Dineva. And why? When people can't access you physically, they will try to access your emotions. And what's the point of all of it? Both of y'all bitches feel like I've passed both of y'all by way too far. I've gotten too high. So what do you want to do? You want to bring me back down to this space. And trust and believe, y'all, I already regret doing this. I already regret it. I already regret it because they both are so satisfied right now that they have gotten me off my high horse, and they've been able to bring me down to a place where I'm addressing them, which means what? They must be relevant in my world. But people can only take so much. I don't bother anybody in this space. Y'all don't see me coming on talking about other bloggers and talking about other YouTubers. I like to keep things, but I guess other people don't have it that way. So here, I am saying this out loud, okay? I am saying this out loud because I am done being nice. At the point in which I used to try to be mature and try to play nice in the sandbox, I'm not playing nice with bitches no more. Tasha K, you and your husband are first on the list. I am telling you now, with every fiber of my being, the next time I see your balding ass, I'ma slap the fuck out of you for the old and the new.
Damn,
okay?
That's crazy.
I even just did a Raw Ali interview where they asked, oh, who are some of the people that's really doing it in the YouTube space? And like a dumbass, despite the fact that this girl constantly shit on me, constantly post stuff in order for people to read me and be shady, like a dumbass, on every platform I'm on, whenever somebody ever asks me who is doing it in these space, I always call out Tasha K name. And I always say, you know, people may feel whatever they feel about Tasha K, but you can't take away from her what she's built. And all I have ever asked in this space was for some of you bitches to grant me the same or to leave me alone.
Okay, you guys. So you heard Funky's rant. I'm gonna come back with my commentary. So that was intense. That was a lot. You know, that was a lot going on there. And you know, Dineva has been, you know, back and forth with Michelle Brown for over a decade. I'm gonna read some comments on his video. This is from SSS. She says, "My daughter was the youngest sickle cell patient in Cleveland to undergo a bone marrow transplant and be cured. Her brother was a donor. We're blessed for her too to have normal." Why are they commenting this stuff? Like, why are they commenting this stuff? Like, I get it, but I'm like, man, it don't make sense. It's not pertinent to the topic. Debbie says, after 10 years of calling him outside, well, he came, which is honest. Like, if you call this dude out for 10 years and he finally came out to address you, what's the problem? Tay Tay says, Funky banned on everybody. I'm sorry, y'all. Man, Al just killing me, and these comments is making me lose it. Funky banned on everybody door tonight. Yeah, Funky had heat for everybody. Like, that man was heated. The Mimosa Chronicle says, now all these people need to stop lying. I'm no Quad fan, but the woman is stunning. She's absolutely gorgeous. You can't come for that lady looks on style because she's definitely that girl. So the reason why the argument started between Michelle Brown and Funky was because Michelle Brown went to Quad from Married to Medicine and told her not to deal with Funky Dineva. And Funky is tired of it. Funky's tired of it. So it goes back to my original question for you guys. I'm reading some comments in chat in just a minute. What is the problem between black women and gay black men? And I think it has something to do, maybe it's about competition for men, or maybe it's about competition for attention and space. Because maybe certain women feel like if black gay men get put on, then we're going to get pushed out of our spaces. I could be right. I could be wrong. I don't know. I really want to know what you guys think, but I'm seeing this way too often where as things get worse with society and the economy, I just see black women and gay black men going at it constantly. Let me read some comments in the chat. We got a lot more people. Thank you guys for joining. We got 35 people in the house. Hit that like button. I see somebody new. What's up, Lawrence? You said I love Alfred and I'm Caucasian. Welcome to the stream and welcome to the Brotherhood. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. John says black women love us as long as we stay in our place. We're the one group they can act superior to. Maybe you're right. I never thought about that. Maybe you are right. Maybe because, you know, they always say that Malcolm X said this, that black women are the most disrespected group of people in America. But maybe that's not actually true. Maybe it is us in the LGBT plus community who is the most disrespected. Excuse me. Maybe you're right. I never thought about that. I have to think about that and let myself digest that, because maybe you are right. Like they feel like we are the one group of people beneath them so they can punch down instead of being punched themselves. So maybe you are right. Like, thank you, John. Very insightful. Twinlet says there's only a beef when some black women realize you do have low self-esteem and won't allow them to talk to you any kind of way. Yeah. Once your self-esteem reaches a certain point, you will have beef with a lot of people. A lot of people will not like you anymore. I told you guys my story many times. My husband even tells me this, but as I look back on my life, a lot of people liked me out of pity. You know, like when you have low self-esteem, a lot of people will deal with you out of pity because they feel bad for you. But it's like, I don't want that kind of support or friendship, you know? So get your self-esteem up and really embrace who you are and walk into your path and your destiny, because it's not worth it to sit there and get, the attention you get from people when you have low self-esteem. It's really just pity when you think about it. It really is just pity. So John said, damn, he going in. He absolutely went in. He went in. Dude was heated. He was cooking too. Uncle Kirk says, nephew, I see that beef and luckily have not had to deal. For me, it usually happens because I do not play for the hetero team and have always been happy. My masculinity makes some look side-eye. Yeah, women can also not like you because they're into you as a man. They feel like they have ownership over you as a man. If you're not into them, they feel away. So Uncle Kirk, you're definitely right. You told me to stop laughing. I can't help but to laugh, man. Sometimes you have to laugh at stuff. And, when I laugh, I know y'all start laughing too. So that's the point of me laughing. Get y'all laughing too. We got Aqua Boogie in the house. Thanks for joining the stream. He said, hey, Alfred just joined the live. Funky was cooking last night. So you saw the stream? You watched Funky too? I'm a huge Funky fan. Been following him for over a decade. The man is a comedic genius. Dynamic T, welcome to the Brotherhood. Welcome to the stream. You said Michelle got way more class. That's for sure. What you mean by that? Like you said Michelle has way more class than Funky? Is that what you mean? All right, we got Forrest in the house. Thanks for joining the stream. He said, why do so many people give Tasha K attention? She is trash. I don't know. But I will say this. She has built a very robust platform, and I'll give it to her. Like, the talent is undeniable. And, like Funky was saying, that talent is undeniable. And we have to give her props and respect for that, no matter if we like or agree with what she's saying. So I will give her that, Forrest. I will give her that. Okay. Let's read some more comments. We got Kyle in the house. He says, I just don't see the point of carrying on for the internet like this at his big age, other than clicks and views. If it's not serious enough to risk prison or a bag, I'm not addressing it. That's easy to say, Kyle. When I went through my issue with old boy, in this content creator space, y'all know who I'm talking about. When I went through my issue with him, I felt like I'm above it. I'm not going to address this dude. I'm not going to give him no clout, no attention. But it got to a point where I just need to address it, because if people are publicly saying stuff about you, if they say it long enough, people will start to believe that stuff. And that bothers you as a person. Like, if people are, accusing you, defaming you, maligning your reputation and whatnot, it starts to bother you at a certain point. And it wasn't just me addressing that content creator. I saw Nico's Aesthetic came out with a video 3 days ago addressing him as well. So it's like, it's not just me addressing stuff. Other YouTubers are coming out to address people too. So, you know, it's easy to say I'm unbothered. You know, I'm on Beyonce's internet. I'm on Beyonce's time. I'm doing, you know, following Beyonce's program and whatnot. I'm not responding. But then again, the stuff do bother you, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it just bothers you. Lauren said, "You so crazy." You said, "I bet Oprah smells like roses." Bro, you never find out. Crazy, you'll never find out. Dineva says, "Exactly, Kyle." Kirk says, "Social upbringing plus insecurity." All right. We're gonna move right along to my next topic here. We're going to talk about Glorilla. If you don't know, Glorilla and myself are from the same part of the country. She's from STL, St. Louis. I am from an hour away, Springfield, Illinois. When I was growing up, we used to go to St. Louis all the time. You know, we used to run track meets against St. Louis. They were always fast, but we were fast too. So we would just go back and forth with people in St. Louis. So I want to read you guys or show you guys this video from Neighborhood Talk. Apparently, a fight broke out at Glorilla's concert, and she addressed the fight. This is some ghetto shit. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna run it back twice. Diddy's her face ass. Diddy's giving her face ass. Okay, she said peace out. Let's next video. They really fighting. She like, y'all see her staring? All right, next video. Okay, so y'all saw what happened in Glorilla's concert in St. Louis. It's just sad that in her hometown she couldn't even perform. But what I want to say to Glorilla is this: look, you make ghetto music. I'm with it. Like, I even have my ghetto days too. Ask my husband. It's giving her face ass. Diddy's like, he be like her face ass. Did like my husband be on it too? So it's like, even though he's Mexican, but he'll tell you I got my hood side, and then I got my intellectual side, and then you got the wolf man. Like, there's different parts of different people. But Glorilla puts out hood ass music. Therefore, why is she surprised when the crowd acts hood as fuck? So I'm not surprised they fighting and whatnot. Not one fight, but two fights broke out. And this is what I want to say. I thought about going to see Glorilla here in Houston, but I changed my mind because as a gay black dude, I just feel like certain crowds are not for me. Certain scenes are not for me. And I just felt like if I showed up there with my husband, like, it was going to be too much. It was going to be too much. The crowd's going to be giving too much. And I know how Houston is. Houston is a nice city, but it can be ghetto as fuck sometimes. Let me read what the caption says. It says, Glorilla said not today. She had abruptly end her STL show after 3 altercations. Wow, 3 fights broke out back to back. Neighbors, what do y'all think about this? Here's some comments. There goes Janae says, because as soon as someone gets trampled or killed, they finna sue Glow. So smart move. Leela says she stopped 3 times and gave them 3 chances and they kept going. Shake my head. Tallulah says safety first always. She's not in the wrong at all. But yeah, it's like the type of music you putting out make people turn up like that. Like you talking about your ops, you talking about people at your head, you talking about people at your neck, you talking about it's giving face, hair, ass, titties. You know, you talking about all the things. So you can't be surprised when the girls start twirling. What I'm gonna say is, y'all remember Lil Jon and the East Side Boys? Let me know in the comments below if y'all from that era, like I am, early 2000s, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. It got so bad during the club scene back in those days that they had to stop playing crunk music because we was fighting. I wasn't fighting, but too many people were fighting, shooting up the clubs and stuff. It was just, crunk music was too much. Let me know, anybody a millennial in the house. If you're a millennial, leave me a comment and let me know that you're a millennial and you know about Lil Jon and East Side Boys and crunk music and how they had to stop playing it because people were really going off in these clubs. So yeah, this music is like, it's good, but it's like, I'm not going to the concerts. I'm gonna go to Cowboy Carter. I'm gonna go see Shakira. I'm gonna go where the gays is at, but I'm not going to no straight events because I just feel like straight people don't know how to act sometimes. Just like we don't know how to act sometimes. But I feel like they don't know how to act. They don't know how to have fun. They don't dance. They just kind of sit there and hold the wall and whatnot. So I'm not gonna go. I'll see Glorilla on TV, on YouTube and whatnot, but I'm not going to see her live. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. I'm not going to a Nicki concert. I'm not. Did y'all go to see Nicki? Was it ghetto? Or people fighting? Because I can't. All right, let me read some comments before I go to my next story. Let's see here. We got I read your comment, Lawrence, already. Okay, so Kirk says social upbringing plus insecurity. Okay. You talking about the content creator I was referring to earlier. You said Kirk says, and his views have tanked since his delusional rant. Really? His views have been impacted by that? Really? Because I thought, when I think about it, the rant that he went on, I thought it was to increase his views, to get people to talk about him. That's what I originally thought. What I will say is me and that dude have no beef. I want y'all to know that me and this dude are not beefing. We talked on IG. We're friends on IG. I'm friends with a lot of content creators on IG, including Funky. Funky follows me. I follow him. I can slide in his DMs. He can slide in mine. I'll talk to Funky probably a little bit later. Maybe he'll respond. Maybe he will not. But I don't have no heat or no beef or no pressure with any other content creator. I'm just happy that shit is over and done with. I learned my lesson. I learned a huge lesson because every person you meet is not a friend. Every person you meet does not want the best for you. And sometimes people be like sabotaging you, even though they're doing much better than you. I'm like, bro, don't be pressed about me when you're doing much better than me on this platform. I don't want no damn fame. I'm not selling products. I'm not, begging for subscribers and whatnot. I'm just, I ask for support. Hit the like button when y'all can. But it does shock you when you start to create content and people in your own space that you like and you admire. It's like your idols become your rivals. And I'm not saying he's my idol, but I'm saying it's like, I thought this dude was a friend. And it turns out I was wrong, So I was wrong. And I'm okay with that. Next comment. You said Chicago in the house. That's right. It's Chi-Town in the house all day, every day. I love Chicago. Met my husband in Chicago. My family's in Chicago. I'm always going to be ride or die for Chicago. Ain't no place on earth like Chi-Town. All right. Kyle says, I understand your case. I understand because eventually it has potential to mess with your bag. You addressed the situation, moved on. You didn't go on a long rant dragging him. No, it's not a personal thing against him. No, I would never drag him as a person at all. Lauren says, I would love to hear Shalimar. Who is Shalimar? Who is that? Kirk says, yes, that era was crunk. Yeah, you remember that. Definitely a toxic vibe. Same what happened at Luda's concerts too. Really, at Ludacris concerts. They was fighting too? What's that song he got? When I move, you move, just like that. He got another song. Damn, he got so much crunk music. Crunk music was a thing back then. Early 2000s, we was on that crunk music. Like literally, Lil Jon and East Side Boys. So thank you for showing love and support. Speaking of music, we got to talk about Saucy Santana. Man, this dude made the blogs again and went viral once again. It's messy. Let me go to it. Y'all ready for this? Don't look away, because if I had to look at it, y'all got to look at it too. Here we go. Okay, y'all see what Saucy Santana working with. What y'all think about the twerk video? Let me change the screen here. What y'all think about twerk video? Let me know in the comments below. This is from Jasmine Brand. It says Saucy Santana is serving a much needed timeline cleanse with a Monday night booty shaking session. I'm sorry, y'all. I cannot read this stuff sometimes. This stuff be taking me out. Saucy Santana serving a much-needed timeline cleanse with a Monday night booty shaking session. Are the twerk skills given a solid 10 out of 10? What y'all think? Let's read some comments. Don't call, just text me. Says, I don't know, maybe because it's him, but I can't stand it. Give me just a second, y'all. This is too much. Give me just a second. Y'all. This is too much. Y'all are fooling these comments. Somebody said, don't call me, just text me. Said, I don't know, maybe because it's him, but I can't stand it. Back so big and round, here gyrate like he gives any kind of sexy. It's Saucy Santana dude be looking like he be eating big back foods. Like he be looking like he eat big back foods, right? Like certain foods are just big back. They'll make you big back. I don't eat that type of food. I don't, but it look like he do. And we know he got a BBL and whatnot. And I'm all for femme dudes. I love a femme dude, femme queen down. Like I support her on my channel. I'm with Saucy Santana. I support the BS. I support what he's doing on this on his platform and whatnot. It is what it is. But I'm just reading comments. You know, it is what it is. I'm just reading comments. So More Humble says it's 7 a.m. Can we get the news first? All right. Next comment. Give me just a minute. Shake my head. You got the stank face, just nasty. Why this early in the morning? Let us pray. Somebody said, let us pray. All right. Okay. You know, back in the day, we used to have a saying between myself and my cousins when we were younger. We used to say, man, your booty looks stank. Does that make sense to y'all? Like, have y'all heard that phrase before? Your booty looks stank? Like, it just, maybe it was just us saying that stuff, but we used to say that all the time. And that's what Saucy Santana give to me. Let's read some comments here. We got Twinlet says crime mob was everything. I remember that Kunk era. Yeah, Nuck If You Buck was everything. Diamond, stilettos. What else did crime mob come up with? They come up with a lot of bangers. You know, Diamond from crime mob was very popular. Yeah, it was a big deal back then. You know, so crime mob was a thing. All right, you guys, I want to see what else you guys got to say in the comments before I peace out of here. I've been on here for over an hour. Give me just a minute. Kirk says, disgusting face. What's up, Kirk? You don't like what you saw? You're not feeling Saucy Santana? What's up? You don't like? Let me know, bro. You also put another emoji. Okay, all right. Well, you know, he got to do his thing. He got to make his money. Somehow he got to promote his singles and whatnot. And I think that's what he's doing. He's just promoting his music. So I feel no ways about it. Get your money up, get your bag up, step your pussy up, and do what you need to do to, you know, get out here and make it happen. Last comment here. Let's see if I can find one more comment before I peace out. You guys mentioned the audio. Okay. All right. Before I go, I'm going to ask you guys a question. What you guys got planned for this weekend? I'd like to make room to talk to you guys about general stuff as well before I go. I'll give y'all 2 more minutes. What's on your roster for this weekend? Are y'all going to the Cowboy Carter tour? If not, why? Y'all saw my fit. I posted my fit the other day. I'm trying to, you know, get right for that. You said, no, I'm not reading that comment. Nope, not going to happen. No, thank you. Kirk says, I got to work this weekend. Okay, bro, yeah. What do you do for work? I don't work on the weekends. I work on the weekdays. These jobs looking crazy, by the way. My job done laid off so many people. It's crazy. My job literally has laid off so many different people. Someone close to me got laid off today. So her brother is scared. Like I just talked to my husband about this. Like we gotta, you know, prepare for this type of stuff because this can happen to anybody. Despite you being a good performer and whatnot, you can still get laid off. Like nothing is really guaranteed in this world. You said you were a team lead at a hospital. Yeah, I'm a team lead too, not at a hospital, but at a different establishment. So Kirk, yeah, it looks like you got a good job, bro. I don't think you're doing layoffs in hospitals, right? Like hospitals are pretty much safe from layoffs at this point in time because people are always going to be sick and needing healthcare and, you know, bedside nursing and whatnot. So I think you're pretty safe. But the rest of us, it's looking a little bit crazy. Twinlet says, I'm waiting for ticket prices to decrease for Cowboy Carter. You know, the goal is, or the trick is to try to get your tickets on the general sale. Like wait for the hive and the stands to buy their tickets first, and then try to buy your tickets after that. You can also wait till the day of the concert and buy your ticket a few hours in advance of the starting time. And you can get in that way too. So I'll be at the Chicago show on the 17th of May. I'm planning to also go on the 18th of May in Chicago as well. So I'll be there. I'm pretty sure I'll see a bunch of you guys there as well. You maybe I'll recognize you, maybe you won't, maybe you recognize me, maybe you will not. But I'll be there with my husband and my cousin. We'll have a good time. I'm really looking forward to seeing Queen B because she is worth the price. She's worth the ticket price. Aqua Boogie, let's see read what you have to say. Aqua Boogie says, say what y'all want, but Saucy is in y'all pastor's incognito tab. Really? Yeah. That's the thing, is like, people can talk about Saucy all they want, but a lot of dudes are feeling Saucy. Saucy, I think he got a boyfriend too. Like, he got a real masculine type boyfriend too. What's his boyfriend name? I forgot that dude's name, but he's on TV, reality TV. So Saucy is doing this thing. You know, I can't hate on him. He's doing this thing. He's coming up. So I think Saucy really made the City Girls. Like, he really made the City Girls. Without him, will we have the City Girls? Like, he wrote their stuff, you know, got them hot, made them popular. Like many of us gay dudes, we just put a lot of people on. As gay dudes, we put a lot of people on, and they just, you know, turn around and shit on us as a thank you. Anyhow, you guys, it's been over an hour. It's been a pleasure spending time with you guys. I really want to spend time with my husband now. I thank you guys for your love and support. Do not forget to hit the like button. Wolf is back. We'll pack. Take care. Y'all know the rest. Peace.
I don't wanna see a nigga bluff, nigga kill, nigga up. Nigga, what's up? Nigga, what's good? You and they can't, I still trap in the hood. Cell phone bang all night, so I'ma get to it all night. Then on the weekends, so they try to catch flights. With another bitch, nigga, really I might. I never stand, nigga, dare, nigga, flap a nigga, rob a nigga, chop a nigga, brother, nigga, tell a nigga, real a nigga, fuck, real a nigga, spill a nigga. I'ma beat a nigga, never feed a nigga, never fear a nigga, never need a nigga, cut a nigga, bust a nigga, can't fuss nigga, what's up, nigga, I'm such nigga. Why you say so ugly?